While we're here, stay tuned. New event, new location, Nebworth update, 2022 show season gone, and my Lamborghini update. Big news at the end of this video, stay tuned. Okay legends, welcome back to the Petrolheadonism channel, and this one's going to be a bit of a different video because we're going to talk about event planning, event management. The Petrolheadonism.club Emporium is pretty much built on our event planning and putting on events, bringing you guys all together and bringing together all the subcultures, which we literally do at Petrolheadonism Live. I'm in an amazing place on earth and we're inside the M25 at the moment. We're looking at another venue for another event, and check it out. Where am I? I'm at Wembley Park. We've been invited to Wembley Park to bring a car show. Now, the working title is Petrolheadonism Underground. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about how choosing a new venue, putting on a new event works, and we're going to see this through to the actual day of the event. We've got a date in the diary. It's going to be a season opener, April 2023. We have just been around the venue for the third time. Got so much going for it. But one of the big things about Nebworth, Wilton Mill, any of the venues we use, including Findon for our smaller collaboration events, is access. Getting people in and out safely, getting the cars in, getting the people in, getting the spectators in, ensuring that if you can get everybody in okay, you can get them out okay, then that's one of the battles. But you're always looking at what facilities are available, what infrastructure is available, what's already in place, because there's a lot of costs involved. One of the things that keeps coming up again and again is show cars. Why do I have to pay to display my show car? Without my show car, you haven't got a show. My biggest thing is commitment, because there's a lot of curtain switchers out there that if they haven't paid to be at a show, they open their curtain in the morning, it's possibly drizzly, or they wake up with a little bit of a headache, or they wake up in that mood that we all sometimes get, was I just can't be bothered today. But because they've paid £20 to show their car and be part of an amazing thing, that whole curtain switching disappears and we get a guaranteed show. Nobody's going to pay as a spectator to come and see an empty showground. So to ensure we have a show cars, yes, you do pay to be on display. We have some invited showcases, which are groups or clubs, but in the main, show cars need to pay to put their cars on display. The other thing is marshals, insurance, safety, health and safety, traffic management. These are exorbitant costs. The cost of putting on Nebworth is £250,000, £250,000, and that money needs to be generated to be put on. So if we can't generate that money and people don't want to pay to come to events, the events are going to stop. So basically, it's huge stress, it's a huge anxiety, and Nebworth literally 2022 broke even. But if you think of it in terms of businesses, most businesses first 2 years don't make money. We were lucky last year, we made some money, we reinvested that. This year overall we've done okay, and we've just reinvested that money. Some people have asked, where's my new Lamborghini? I'm going to talk about that at the end of this video, so stay tuned. Let's go have a look around Wembley Park. So Scoot, you've asked me why Wembley Park, and it's one of the questions we get about a lot of venues, and it's Wembley Park. It's associated with Wembley Stadium. It's associated with so much history. England winning the World Cup in 1966, all the FA Cup finals and phenomenal events that are hosted here. But the development here, Quintain, who own Wembley Park, all these flats and high-rises are, it's a community. We're coming to a community, bringing a car show to a community that envelops the area. So already we have a captive audience, but we have our Petrolheadonism audience as well. Like, that is Olympic Way. That is the route from the tube station up to Wembley Park and obviously the stadium. Now, whilst we can't use the stadium, we're not in any way in association with the stadium, we are working with Wembley Park, and just that, it's access from London, tube access. It's a London area, like it's a car show within the M25. I know our sponsors are going to be gassed about this. I know our traders are going to be gassed about this, and we're going to have so much prepared that we haven't had prepared before in building this event. We've learned a lot in the last 2 years. 2021, I've said before, was our foundation year, was hitting the scene, was coming to the event game with a new proposition, collaborations, YouTubers, influencers, working in partnership with new sponsors. 2022, we built on those foundations, got to the damp course, and now we're going to blow the roof off it. And 2023, if we can pull this one off, it's not 100% yet. This is part of event planning. It could all fall apart next week. This could be a massive lose L for me. But I'm going to talk about here because so many people have asked about some information about how you plan event stuff. You need to know where your audience is coming from. You need to know how you're going to build the show so that people want to come and see the show. For us, it's about representing so many subcultures. And I know in and around the Wembley area, we've got a lot of our automotive specialists, automotive resellers, automotive services and providers that will want to get involved in this. So go to our website. We're going to put the information there. Start registering for information. This is going to be absolutely bonkers. And because it's the first event, we're negotiating with Wembley Park. We want to bring the price in, bring the event in at less than their worth. We want to bring it in so that you guys, the sponsors and traders, can afford to be here and enjoy the weekend with us. That's right, whole weekend. Let's go. So the event space here is from Olympic Way, which is some little showcases that will give our sponsors for free in their package to Walters Way, up this way, through the community that is now living here. There's still loads of construction going on over there where they're building even more apartments. What I used to come to Wembley before this was anything like it is now, and it's just so impressive and it's so nice. The diversity, the community that's created here, and they're going to be our key market, key audience, and look forward to bringing an event here. So Olympic Way brings you this way over to the green and pink car parks. So again, you've got to use your imagination and you've got to aim for the stars. Somewhere in between you'll land on your feet, and you've got to have the vision. So this area here looks like nothing, but all these shutters open up, and that's green coach car park that way and green that way. We're going to go in the other side there. This just literally is a throughfare. This will all be barriered up, so it's show area, and to get into these areas you have to have tickets for the event. Obviously have ticketing people. Let's talk about costs again. Traffic management. We need to close one of the lanes. We'll go over there in a moment. Traffic management is huge. You're talking £10,000 for an event this size. Nebworth, £9,000. Toilet hire, £6,000 for people to obviously have enough toilets. You've got to have enough toilets. You've got to have marshals everywhere, security everywhere, because we value obviously your cars that are on show, and deterrent more than anything else. Thankfully, we've never had anyone's car damaged at our shows. But also to be able to space people's cars out, and activate this area here in between the two. I've got some crazy ideas already. Welcome to Green Car Bar. You can see why we're calling it Underground. It's the working title. I'm pretty sure it's going to stick that way. We've got logos being done at the moment. It's all about branding the event, and Petrolheadonism has such an umbrella, as I've mentioned so many times, of subcultures, that this underground event, we're negotiating for a 5-year deal to bring this event here for 5 years. And anybody that's involved in year one, yourselves, however you're involved as traders, sponsors, you always get first refusal year two. But we want to make it such a huge event on the London scene. If you look at those shutters over there, Scoot, they're the ones that open up and through fare to the other one. That other side of Green Coach Park is 3 times bigger than this one. Imagine the scenes. unreal. So this is a link road between green car park and pink car park. Now, pink car park offers some spectacular settings. Yes, as a venue, we've looked at this 3 times now, and there is division between what's going on in pink, what's going on in green, and what's going on in Olympic Way. But the whole area brings it together cohesively. Now, what is important for us to do is to ensure that there's attractions activated in all of those areas to ensure that people that are visiting for the day or even 2 days, because we're going to make it really attractive for people to have 2-day tickets, they're here, they want to stay here and they want to see everything. So with anything like Nebworth, you put the toilets in the 3 corners, everybody needs to go to the toilet, but food in one of the corners, everybody needs food. Stage is one end. Big attractions like Shmee and Zach's Garage and Liberty Walk were up at the top end, opposite end of the stage. The other attraction was like the Dino, that was in one corner as well. So people had to walk across the whole site. Huge area, we extended it to make it bigger, but we ensured that people got good through traffic. So as long as you've got the numbers, you've got good through traffic. So we need to ensure major attractions in pink car parking, major attractions in green, and obviously Olympic Way. That's the access route, so everybody's going to love that anyway. It's all going on up here, just got to use your imagination. So pink car park is freaking awesome because you've got this covered over area on the upper level, which we've got all of, and the outdoor area as well over there. What I'm currently thinking, and it's all subject to change because my imagination going wild, this will all be closed off, so you have to obviously have a ticket to enter the main car parks, which is the show. But this would be for our vetted show cars. So these are, if you want to bring your car individually, you're not part of one of the showcases organised by one of the groups that I'm with or subcultures, then you can book your car in and it will be in this upper level of pink, and it will be a phenomenal sight to see all these show cars in this really kind of underground grungy setting. Loving it. So there you go, you wanted a bit of an insight into planning events, and what we've done is brought you to literally the beginning, the inception of this first event here at this venue that's never had a car show before. And I'm standing in the pink car park, and check out the potential, even without dressing it, just this whole underground look and the change in light as the sun goes up and down over the day. What a backdrop, and what an amazing amount of space to work with. We're looking at April, weather doesn't matter. It's going to be an indoor event, pretty much underground. So we are here at the Schmuseum. We've popped in to see Tim, Tom, Brad, Mark and the guys, and Tim's away filming around Europe, which we knew because he's got a very busy schedule, but we managed to shoehorn the Schmuseum on tour at Nebworth a couple of weeks ago. Update on my Lamborghini, and I am disappointed, I am upset, and I'm going to tell you where my Lamborghini is because it wasn't at Nebworth. And so many of you have come up to me during the event and also since asking me, Chiro, where was your Lambo, because we couldn't see it. So soon after taking delivery of it, we had some fun with it. We went out, did about 250 miles, and sadly it developed a couple of faults, and we got the car back to Cayman's International, who have been absolutely amazing. They took the car in, they've checked out what it is. It's had to go back to Lamborghini Leicester, who serviced it 2 weeks before and have always looked after the car. And it's going to be off the road for a little while. So the car couldn't be at Nebworth, which was a massive, huge disappointment for me, because moved heaven and earth to get Viola paid out, done and sorted so that we could get delivery of this car and have it at Nebworth, as well as other stuff that we do with the cars. And it's a big part of Petrolheadonism.Club Limited. It's our car, it's your car, like I've said so many times before, and everybody identifies with the supercar as the crown jewel in Petrolheadonism Club. When the car went back to Cayman's, they took it back to Leicester. I'm not going to be with the car for a little while, and it was still within the 2 weeks of ownership of the car. And I just said, with everything that's happened with Violophilia, the fire, there's been a few other little things with some of my cars that have happened which have been really expensive. I just felt that the disappointment of not being able to have her at Nebworth, and the fact that they're not going to have her in the garage, and then you've got winter and everything else. Had a really close chat with Mrs. C, and just going to be sensible. We've given the car back. Kaiman's been absolutely amazing to give us our money back, and we're just going to reinvest that money into the shows for 2023, because as you've seen from this video, we are thinking bigger, we are thinking badder, and of course we're always about being faster and louder. So Petrolheadonism is going to get the money invested into it next year. We're going to take a sabbatical from owning a supercar for a little while. The market's all over the place, the economy's all over the place, and I just think for the first time in my life I'm going to be sensible about it. And March, April, revisit it, maybe look around half the price of an Aventador. There's some really tasty cars out there. May not be a Lamborghini, could be anything. I want to change it up and not be in the same car for too long either. So we're building Datsun. We're going to go get a update on the Datsun very soon and follow that project through, because that Datsun is going to be a pinnacle car for Petrolheadonism. We've got the Mercedes 450 SLC. We're going to be putting a couple of cars up for sale. The Chevy truck 1996 Silverado shop truck is going to go up for sale soon. The 1992 Mercedes 300 SL is going to make its way through as well. Just want to get as much money in at the moment so that we can regroup, invest in the events for 2023 and make them a better experience for you, build it better and build it bigger and have more attractions at the events. And if we can get more people to the events, then obviously the finances work a bit better as well. So thanks for tuning into this video. Hope you love the insight into events. Wembley Park is phenomenal. I'm standing here absolutely crapping myself because how much the venue costs and all the space and how we can fill it, but the ideas are going crazy, and we'll do a catch up about how that event is progressing and if we do get to book it. Provisionally put a date in, just need to make sure we're not going to clash with anything. That's another big thing about event planning. You don't want to clash with something big in the scene because you're not going to get that scene or that subculture to the event. But that's where we're at with the Lambo. Kaiman's have been absolutely amazing, from first inquiry to the handover to taking on board this issue, and they're going to see it through, refund us our money, and look forward to going back to Kaiman's in 6 months' time to hopefully buy another supercar.